show expansion. Any questions?
Mr. Chairman.
Hold it.
Could I just ask Michael to explain why the change between Spark and Utopia here? I did a little internet research on the two of them, but I don't see the correlation. But how did that get changed so quickly?
Yeah, so it's the same directors and the same funders are the two organizations. So they're the same people are involved with both organizations. They preferred that the funding mechanisms go through two different foundations.
And I did understand that the county attorney was reviewing an actual contract from them. Is that what you understand too?
Yes, so yes, I think this resolution is pending county attorney's approval.
Right.
The idea that the two
But we had had a
resolutions.
draft from Spark before, that's why.
Right. Yeah, so the two resolutions are sort of paired together. One is for extending the hours of shop and shuttle, and then Utopia Foundation is providing the extra funding which the state and federal government don't provide. And so we wouldn't go to shopping shuttle extension without the contract with Utopia.
And the funding stream is going to be the same as it was through Spark,
Yes.
percentages?
Yes, yes, it's the same formula. We're basically taking, we take our overpaying the shopping extension or like Pearl Park and subtract what the revenue we got from the ridership, subtract the revenue we get from the state, subtract the revenue we get from the federal government,
Right.
and then the remaining amount we get from the Utopia Foundation, every county for
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Just a- yes, please.
So the expansion of this shuttle, is it what we've been meeting with Commissioner Dixon about, to expand to other communities like New Lebanon, or is it expanding the hours of where you already serve?
It's the same route as the current shopping shuttle, it's changing the hour, it's adding hours in days.
So same route, same location, additional hours and days. And where are we at with, I know, myself and Supervisor Collins and Supervisor Adams had met with Commissioner Dixon about having an extension out our way. And he said he was working with the rules committee on that. Where are we at with that expansion?
Actually, I haven't really talked to Commissioner Houston that much about it, other than he notified me that he had met at that meeting and he was working on it.
Okay.
But my understanding is that DSS is working on doing something like that. There is a parallel process where we have the county transportation planning group that is updating our county transportation plan, which is last updated in 2017. So we are sort of talking about some aspects of how to like think about transportation more generally, but it's not a related to the recommendations.
Okay.
So from that point on, the transportation committee does not specifically take on issues that we can talk about.
Okay. And so would it be good for us to also have a conversation with you and do that committee about ideas we had? Because he seemed really open and I kind of felt like that was then, he was then bringing it to you, and maybe we should come to you.
I'm definitely happy to talk about it. My sense from Commissioner Gibson is that it wasn't, I guess the question is it public transportation or is it another kind of transportation? The transportation committee, I think, really just focuses on public transportation. But either way, I'm excited to help figure out how to create a solution for it. So whether or not we can meeting that, I'm not sure. But I'm happy to talk about it.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Need a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do we have a recommendation on this? Fair?
As far as I know, we do.
Rob?
Yeah, Chris Muller and Alpha was reviewing.
Okay.
I have a motion. Need a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn? No, we like talking. Motion to adjourn.
I move it.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll open up the finance committee meeting. Resolution number 4592032, authorization to award the bid for management.
Move it.
Second?
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 460 2022, authorization.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations, Mike, making this happen.
Hopefully or up to riders first?
Driver first.
Drivers.
It's the only microphone we have. Well, the October board meeting to order, please rise for a moment of silence. Followed by pledge allegiance. I request the clerk call the roll.
Passen. Here. Weigel.
Here.
Holmes.
Here.
Simmons.
Here.
Sacks.
Here.
Adams. Here. Mettler. Here. Collins.
Here.
Riley. Supervisor Riley? Eldridge? Here. Helsley?
Here.
Kirsten? Ligonia?
Here.
Cousin? Mia?
Here.
Shemidas? Here. Mussman? Here. Scalera?
Here.
Desi?
Here.
Holton? Here. Morel?
Here.
Knott?
Here.
Scoda? Where'd he go? John Wiley. Who I was talking to before.
And I saw him unmute.
Yeah.
33, 48 present, 187 absent.
We have four.
We need a motion to pay the bills, accept the treasurer's report, and file the minutes within the clerk's office.
I'll move it.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. There are no proclamations or recognitions. I'll ask the clerk to read the resolutions.
Resolution 398 of 2022 to 415 of 2022 by Supervisor Helsley.
Mr. Chairman, I offer these resolutions for adoption.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 416 of 2022 to 428 of 2022 by Supervisor Collins.
Mr. Chairman, I introduce these resolutions for adoption.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 429 of 2022 to 437 of 2022 by Supervisor Weigel.
Mr. Chairman, I offer these resolutions. I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 438 of 2022 to 457 of 2022 by Supervisor Knott.
Mr. Chairman, if I could ask for a roll call vote on resolution 444.
Chairman, I would offer to move all these resolutions for adoption with the exception of resolution 444, which we ask for a roll call vote.
And we need to address 445 as secret designation.
Yes.
I'll second the motion minus 444 and 445.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
So let me do roll call. So we're gonna do roll call on 444.
Is there a possibility of having discussion? Yeah. Mr. Chairman, may I be heard on this?
What,
444?
sure.
Okay,
Normally we do it when it's your turn to vote. but-
yeah. If I could do it now, maybe I'll convince the entire body.
Okay.
Here we go. So I understand that the reason for this resolution is that the county has lost a very large amount of money with regard to people throwing in garbage bags at transfer stations. And much to her credit, Jolene has actually done an audit of the garbage bags, crawled around in the garbage, and discovered the cause for the problem. And that is they're throwing big garbage bags in with a dollar tag, or they're throwing big garbage bags in with no tag at all. So that's the cause that's why we're losing so much money. So the resolution that's being offered today by Solid Waste is to do away with the $1 tag. which was for a 13-gallon bag. And instead have only a $3 tag and a $5 tag. So the person who lives by themselves or a couple who goes every week to the transfer station with their little 13-gallon bag now has to pay $3 or save up the bags for a week or two and then put them all in another bag, which will then be worth $3, but will use twice as much plastic. There has been a suggestion that there's a way to mitigate the undue people or senior citizens or people that can't handle the 30-gallon bags. But that doesn't address the real problem here. It only, I think, dodges the question, because the real problem here is that people are throwing in large bags with either a $1 tag or no tag at all. So for these reasons, I think it's a complex issue. I'm not offering a solution, but I'm going to vote no on this resolution. Thank you.
Okay. So if we can start the roll.
Okay, Basson. Yea or nay?
Sorry, I abstain. I think this is an issue that needs further study. I understand that Jolene is continuing to think about it. I think rather than eliminate the $1 bag, we should wait a month and see if we can get a broader solution that solves the problems that Jeannie has mentioned, and also contributes to the profitability of solid waste. So not having enough information, I do abstain.
Whiteville.
Yes.
Coombs.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Stacks.
Yes.
Adams.
No, I think given the sums that we need to recoup, the discontinuation of a $1 bag is going to have little or no impact. It's symbolic more than anything else, so I vote no.
Mettler.
No.
Collins.
I vote yes. You know, we were assured that this wasn't an ironclad terminus to this discussion. What we were assured is we're hemorrhaging money, and our directors of solid waste said this would be the first way to fix it.
Riley. Oh, he's not. Eldridge.
I abstain as well. I agree with Art. I feel that it needs further discussion.
Helsley.
Yes.
Kirsten. Ligonia.
Yes.
Cousin.
No.
Mia.
I abstain. Abstain.
Chavitas.
I abstain. I feel like I don't know enough about the issue to vote.
Mus Smith.
I vote no, because I think this is not really equitable or fair, and I think we need to understand the big picture. So
Scalera.
I abstain. There has to be a better answer than this.
Guzzi.
Yes.
Holding.
So I actually made the motion in finance because I had a long discussion with Colleen, the director of solid waste, and I'm a little bit torn at this moment because we did come up with what I felt was a great solution, but would be presented to next month's solid waste meeting. And that is to come up with some sort of system, maybe it's even a sticker in the window like the recycling tag, where our seniors and single people who use the $1 bags, again, instead of giving this $1 bag that can then go on these bigger bags and get kind of tricked into the system, hey, if you're only using these small bags, you're going to pay one fee for the year. Let's say you use a bag a year, that's $52. So for $52 and $50, you're going to get this sticker. You're going to throw your $1 in. And Jolene thought it was a great idea. She spoke to the chairman of solid waste, who also agreed maybe not that was the exact solution, but that there was some solution. So I do feel like we have a department head here saying, you know, I have an issue. I understand it's a more complex issue, but there's hemorrhaging happening. I need to stop it right now. And then I have committed and agreed to working on the problem in more detail, understanding that this is not the solution. This is just an immediate step. But I also do understand that between now and a month from now, is it going to make that much of a difference? Like my colleague, Mr. Basson said, Jeannie said to come up with the solution all as one package does seem to make more sense. So I'm also going to abstain because although I moved it in finance, I think there is a point to be made that if we can come up with a solution that addresses all of it with one resolution, that's better than doing a piecemeal.
Moran.
This action doesn't preclude us to come up with better ideas. And I think we can still do that. So I vote yes.
Not.
I'd like to speak quickly too, and I agree with Tishia that we are looking at a lot of different ideas on this. But what I want to share with everybody is, solid waste does get funded with a lot of tax dollars, and some people complain about that. For those of you that have worked on the budget for many, many years, like Matt and I, we can tell you that we've sat through many budget meetings with Rick Evening 5, 6, 7 years ago, and he kept continuing to tell us we got to raise the price of the bags and solid waste. And we kept putting it off because we didn't want to impact our residents so much. So there's been a need to increase the fees on those bags. And I know we changed from the bags to the stickers, and it opened up a new Pandora's box for that, But my point is that we do need to increase the fees there. Or decide that we're going to offset it with taxes. And I think that a lot of people are in favor of this being a user fee structure to support solid waste the best we can. So I certainly vote yes.
Okay, 2116A, 736 nay, and 684 abstain. The resolution, 633, sorry, 683. 683 abstain. The resolution passes.
445?
Yes. Is that a roll call vote?
No, that's,
No,
So we need to walk through it.
Yeah.
So do we need to vote on that first? Or do we
No.
need
also gotta go through the explanation first. So this resolution 445, Ray Jakowski's here, Commissioner of Public Works. And this is a reconstruction project for County Route 7A. So Ray, if you want to give them the overview of the project, and then we'll do our secret review.
Very good. Evening, everyone. So the proposed project is the reconstruction of County Route 7A. It involves approximately 1.7 miles of county roadway through the hamlet of Copake. The project involves the reconstruction of the pavement surface, including the improvement of sidewalks and shoulders for pedestrian and bicyclists, as well as correcting drainage deficiencies to reduce ponding and flooding in the area. A major item also is the corrective action which improves safety by reconfiguring the main intersection that contains the clock tower. For those that are familiar with Copake, there is a center island with a clock tower, which is a very confusing intersection. The proposal is to actually convert that into a T intersection and actually do away with the island in its entirety. It's important to note that clock is listed on the National Historic Register. And as such, one of the reasons we're going through seeker and going through the part 2, one of the mitigating measures we are creating a very large green space adjacent to a restaurant, and it is proposed to actually relocate that clock as part of this project, utilizing the federal funding into that green space, so that way it can be enjoyed by not only the residents, but anyone visiting the hamlet area itself. So the overall impact is to help improve the walkability and sustain.
So at this point, we have the secret form. We have to make the secret determination, looking for the potential for significant negative environmental impacts that would cause us not to want to go forward with the project. The part 1 has been prepared by the Ray and the engineering department. They use the EAF mapper, and as he said, that's what identified these potentialities that they've tried to mitigate by going through it. So knowing what we know now, we're going to go through the part 2 questions and the proposed answers. If anybody has any questions or issues as I read through the parent questions, we can dive deeper into the individual sections. And again, you're looking for potential for significant negative environmental impacts by the project. So impacts on land. The proposed action may involve construction on or physical alteration of the land surface of the proposed site. The answer to that question is yes, but all the impacts identified are no impact or small impacts. So we can move forward on that one. Impacts on geological features. The proposed action may result in modification or destruction of or inhibit access to unique or unusual landforms on the site, such as cliffs, dunes, minerals, fossils, or trees. That's a no. Impacts on surface water. The proposed action may affect one or more wetlands or other surface water bodies, streams, rivers, ponds, or lakes. Again, that one's answered yes, but when looking at all the potentialities, no to small impacts may occur. Impact on groundwater is no. Impact on flooding is yes. The proposed action may result in development on lands subject to flooding, but again, in analyzing it further, no to small impacts were identified. Impacts on air. The proposed action may include a state-regulated air emission source. That one is a no. Impacts on plants and animals. The proposed action may result in a loss of flora or fauna. That answer is yes, but the sub-questions all identify a no or small impacts in that category. Impact on agricultural resources. The proposed action may impact agricultural resources. The answer is yes, but again, with no to small impacts identified. Impact on aesthetic resources. The answer is proposed is no. Impact on historic and archaeological resources. Proposed action may occur in or adjacent to a historic or archaeological resource. That proposed answer is yes, and the only sub-question, it occurs wholly or partially within or substantially contiguous to any building or archaeological site or district listed on the national, state, or register of historic places. As Ray identified, it's the clock, and that's being relocated to accommodate that and mitigate that. So that impact being mitigated, we can answer that as a potential large impact and still move forward with our secret review.
I have a
We've
question
taken-
about that. How does Copac feel about that?
I can tell you that the board is very much in support of all the work that Ray has done. I think we should clarify that when we're talking about relocating the clock,
Yeah,
there was a rumor going around town that we were gonna sell it. I said we would sell it to Hillsdale. But that's been going, but
Just don't drop it.
it's only going to be moved, how many feet?
30 feet. It's only going to be moved approximately 30 feet to a safer location.
And it's being done with the approval of the gentleman that raised all the money to refurbish the clock in 1990, so it has strong support.
Okay.
Thanks, Dean.
It's good additional information to have. Impact on open space and recreation, the proposed answer is none. Impact on critical environmental areas, proposed action is none. Impacts on transportation, proposed answer is yes, because we're redoing a roadway. So that's going to affect transportation. It's going to alter present patterns of movement for people or goods, but it should be a positive impact, as Ray has reported, because it's going to allow larger truck traffic to safely navigate that intersection. Impacts on energy, proposed answer is no. Impacts on noise, odor, and light, proposed action is no. And impact on human health, another no answer. So if, look, a couple more, here's the one form. Is it consistent with community plans? The proposed action is not consistent with adopted land use plans. It actually is consistent with land plan. Consistency with community character. The proposed project is inconsistent with the existing community character. It is consistent with community. So that being the finding, if the members of the board agree, we would need a motion to issue a negative declaration for purposes of secret for the project.
My apologies. Actually, one previous item will need to have the board declare themselves lead agent on the
Okay.
project.
So we'll do it in a couple of steps here. So the first one will be a motion to declare the Columbia County Board of Supervisors as lead agency for the project for the secret review.
So moved.
Second. Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And with that being done, the next one would be the motion to issue the negative declaration for purposes of secret.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And then the final one would be a motion to adopt and approve resolution number 445 of 2022, moving the project.
Is that history?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Congratulations.
Way to go, Copac.
I would say that project, Jeannie or Ray, you can probably address that, but I mean, as long as I've been around here, that project's been on our federal aid project list, and Dean Knox was working on it 10 years ago, probably. How long's it been working on, Jeannie? Do you know?
Yeah, well, actually, we think it's almost close to 30 years.
It's been closer to 30 years.
Okay, right.
Been doing some research for the project.
Yeah,
I went
right.
back, and it was actually commissioning, so it actually dates back almost 30 years.
Almost as old as Fish and Game Road project.
Almost. We still have some resolutions we have to.
Yes, we do.
Okay, resolution 458 of 2022 to 460 of 2022 by Supervisor Janutus.
Mr. Chairman, after these resolutions for adoption.
Second the motion?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, many supervisors have any issues to bring to the board? Any business?
Supervisor Eldridge.
Every year, everybody knows that, Dick Tracy is Santa Claus at the toy run. But there's a supervisor in this room that donated a whole lot of food to some hungry bikers. Thank you, Supervisor Lagone. It was delicious. I even ate the ziti. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated.
Any other supervisors? Okay. With that, there are no board appointments at this time. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that.
I'll second.
Supervisor Eldridge, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
I knew